Yesterday, I mentioned a lot of symptoms that Gypsy has that are related to her chromosome deletion. And yesterday, one of the things that I mentioned that she would struggle with is remembering things. And I thought it was odd. Everybody kept pointing out that there are signs around the house. And somebody mentioned that those signs could potentially be for the producers, but then I got to thinking maybe they're not for the producers. Maybe they are for Gypsy. Maybe she is posting all of these signs everywhere so that she can remember to do these things that need to be done. What was incredibly concerning was the list that she had up for Aurora's daily schedule. Most mothers know what they need to do every day in order to take care of their child. Most moms, when they're making lists like that, they're making lists for like a babysitter or something. It's not usually a list that they would have themselves because they know what the baby needs every day because they are the one taking care of the baby every day. It says Aurora's daily care. Feedings every 2 to 3 hours, 3 hours of Similac powder formula. Burp well. Change diapers as needed. Tummy time 3 minutes 3 times a day. Naps or wake windows, use Mamaroo swing. Bedtime sleep swaddled in crib. Do not use the ignore crying method. These are all things that I would have given to a babysitter. It's not something that I would have needed myself as a mother. However, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been a mother of an infant for a very long time. My youngest is almost 18. Is this something that is normal? Because when I saw this, I immediately thought that it was concerning that she was having trouble even remembering what her baby needs on a daily basis. And then, like I said, it took me back to the chromosome deletion and the entire thing saying that she would have difficulty remembering things. And seeing all the signs in the home led me to surmise that maybe these lists are for Gypsy so that she doesn't forget the things that she needs to do in her own home. I do not think that this is normal, but you let me know what you think. And ChatGPT says that people with 1Q21.1 deletion often have executive functioning deficits, which means that they struggle with planning, sequencing, and remembering steps. They also have working memory issues and they may forget what they're doing mid-task. They can also have sensory overload, which can be triggered by a crying baby, clutter, or too much noise. And if you stack all that together with unpredictable baby needs, feedings, diapers, blowouts, naps, sleep deprivation, hormonal changes, it is a recipe for overwhelm, forgetfulness, and task paralysis. It says that Gypsy would need visual checklists on the fridge, wall, or phone with icons and pictures, reminders via alarms or smart assistants like Alexa, remind me to feed baby at 3 p.m. Task tracking apps like Timo, Totus, or even sticky notes. That she would also need routine building, like doing the same order each day, feed baby, dishes, shower, to reduce cognitive load. And let's go back to that list that we saw on the wall. Feedings every 2 to 3 hours, 3 ounces of Similac powder formula, burp well, change diapers as needed, tummy time. Without reminders or structure, you might see missed feeding, poor hygiene, messy or an unsafe environment, panic attacks or emotional meltdowns, deep guilt and burnout from dropping the ball. And we saw Gypsy say that within the first few days, she was already feeling extremely overwhelmed and having panic attacks and meltdowns literally every hour. A lot of this can be overwhelming, and under pressure, somebody with this disorder may struggle quite severely. And she's admitted to struggling already, and baby Aurora is only 4 years old. Gypsy has also mentioned herself that she struggled to even maintain her own hygiene. She also mentioned that while in prison, she struggled to maintain her own hygiene, and other people that were in prison with her agreed that she struggled to maintain her own hygiene. This just all seems very concerning, and I understand the deep desire to want to have a normal life. However, when you are dealing with an infant, your wants outweigh what that infant needs in that moment. And it seems very immature thinking of her to have this baby and put all this pressure on this child so that she can have a normal life. One with a husband and a child, because I guess she has this idea that that's what a normal life is. And it takes me back to that scene where Gypsy is complaining to Ken that she can't do it alone and that she feels like she's doing it all alone. ChatGPT says that someone with her deletion is likely unable to parent alone, meaning they constantly need support in order for the baby to be brought up in a safe environment. Because without support, it can lead to neglect, safety hazards, meltdowns, the inability to recognize illnesses or developmental red flags, difficulty setting age-appropriate boundaries, and different things like that. These are all my thoughts and opinions based on the information that we've received from what she puts out there. Let me know what you think. And if you're not already following me, go ahead and hit that follow button. Don't forget to like, comment, save, and share. Do all the things, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!